1944, a new start date, a new disaster for Germany. How bad is it?
It's a dump.
Doesn't look too bad from this, but trust me, it's gonna get worse. Let's check it out. 1944, downfall. In normal mode, easy mode, or disable Soviet offensives. Let's just go with normal mode. I like a bit of a challenge.
I can't see what's happening. Are we boned?
Yeah, we're boned.
Political situation. It doesn't look too bad, but January 1st, 1944, the Soviets have begun to drive the German army back. Army Group Center is not in a good way. Army Group South is, well, gone. And Italy has, well, we all know how useful Mussolini is, so. No D-Day yet, but it is coming. And things are about to get so much worse for Germany. Speaking of starving, funny coincidence there. I won't have to starve, for now at least, because today's video is sponsored by Star Trek Fleet Command, the 4X MMO that lets you captain iconic ships and mingle with your favorite Starfleet legends. And there's more good news. New content is here. Star Trek The Next Generation continues in Star Trek Fleet Command, and there are new missions and events inspired by seasons 2 and 3 of the show. All new officers like Riker himself, new features like wave defense, and 15 core The Next Generation movie-inspired missions. All of these updates will be available from December 5th to December 24th of 2023. You can join millions of players in intergalactic missions, forge alliances, defeat enemies, and conquer territories. All you have to do is choose your faction: Federation, the Klingons, the Romulans, and just boldly go where no one has ever gone before. The best part? Star Trek Fleet Command is free, and every month new events and content are added. That's right, endless adventures await. Download Star Trek Fleet Command right now using my link down in the description, and use the promo code on screen right now to get yourself some nice starter goodies, 10 epic shards of Kirk. To use the promo code to download Star Trek Fleet Command using my link down in the description, in-game, go to your player profile, open settings, choose general, and scroll down to the very end to sign up for your Scopely account. Then go to the official website StarTrekFleetCommand.com and click store icon on the header to log in with your Scopely account to the web store. In that web store, you can then access the promo codes in the left-hand menu, open the promo codes page, and lastly, enter that code Warp Speed to redeem your rewards. But there are some points of positiveness here. We have almost 300 divisions. Unfortunately, the Soviets have almost twice our number, and they have a gigantic amount of not that many factories. The Allies don't really have that many troops except for the Americans, so I'm not worried about the Allies. If I can keep them from landing, I should be fine. Our own allies are worthless. Maybe Finland. If I can keep Finland in the fight, that would be great. And then there's Japan, just Japanning. First order of business will be to clean up the front lines. We are very unlikely to be able to hold on to this. Very unlikely. There's no supply up north, or not enough supply up north. I don't think we can hold this. The Vitebsk region is also problematic because of the way supply is laid out, and it's all very flat terrain. Most of this is not ideal, so we're gonna divide things. I'll take an arm. I'll just quickly draw the front line so you guys know where I intend to make my hold, because if I have to do all of this on camera, it's gonna be horrible. And then up north, we'll draw a different field marshal order that I'll just assign the relevant units to. From Bobruisk up Mogiliev. I'm not sure if I want to hold on to Vitebsk. Vitebsk is a supply hub, yes, but it's like super exposed. It can be attacked from 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and 2 of those sides are covered by a river, but it's difficult to hold. It's an urban tile, which makes it slightly easier to hold. Slightly? I'm gonna try. I can always fall back, I suppose. Air Force. There is an Air Force, and I'm probably gonna use all of the fighters on interception just to keep the enemy from bombing, and I'll try to put most of them along the front here to keep the enemy casts off me while I just get my bearings. So we'll organize the air later. And most of the casts with a few fighters I'm gonna put over Italy, because I want to deal with Italy. If I hold Italy, I have an ally, even though it's this idiot. He will then be able to make some troops. He gives me factories because he's my puppet, and I like that. However, the downside is I have to cover these ports because he will get naval invaded, and the biggest downside probably is I'll be associated with Benito Mussolini. We'll try to counterattack here before too many Americans arrive. There are some armored units here that should help us. I'll just organize about 24 divisions in the general area of Italy into a counterattack. There are a bunch of paratroopers here. I don't necessarily like paratroopers all that much, so I'm going to probably convert them to mountaineers because that's just going to be way easier to navigate Italy with. Navy, we have a navy, some destroyers, the remains of the battle fleet, and some more destroyers. So we'll just group up all of the surface vessels under the Kriegsmarine Reserve. Ooh, the Tirpitz is still around. Cool. That leaves us with a sizable submarine fleet. I'll put them under Dönitz. These will not do much. I do intend to make these slightly more useful, and I'm going to set them all to size 10, but I'll just do that off screen as well because it doesn't really matter. We're going to make as many submarine packs as we can without harming the rest of our production, and we'll have them roaming in the Atlantic, mostly to kill off American supply. As we sink more and more of the Allied shipping, I'll tighten the cordon around the UK using those subs, but that's like for several years down the line. That's not for now. I absolutely will need oil, so I am going to build up synthetics in my cores, and preferably in the areas that are not immediately going to get bombed out. Spoiler alert, everywhere is going to get immediately bombed out. So oil and infrastructure, because resources will be the most pressing concern. I have plenty of factories. It's just going to be a matter of keeping them running. Forts are going to be a big deal, at least to survive the early onslaught. Now looking at production, we'll finish off the submarines and then I'll make different submarines because I don't think the designs are all that good. Let's see. These are not great. I can do better. These are, again, not great, and you never really want to make level 4 subs because level 4 subs cost more steel and they cost, I think this is chromium. What you want to do is take a level 3 sub and ram it chock full with level 4 modules. It'll be slightly more expensive. Also put in a schnorkel. It'll be slightly more expensive than a level 3 sub with level 3 modules, but significantly cheaper than a level 4 sub, and it performs almost as good. Then add a designer to it, and bada bing, bada boom. This is the submarine that will win us the naval war. Other stuff's more important, but before we check out production, I should probably check out the templates. Basic infantry. Oh god. I want this to be my basic infantry template, but it's horrible. Mountaineers, not great. I think the main problem with this entire thing is how horrible all these templates are. Why would I put light tank destroyers and that many trucks into a division and give it a horrible combat width? I don't know. I don't want the anti-air to be here. It has to be a support company. That's the only place you want to put anti-air. I don't want the field hospitals. I do have more manpower. Mostly I don't want field hospitals because they're just not that good and I need the equipment for other things. Cavalry recon is really nice for movement bonuses, and it makes it easier to defend because you get some nice recon bonuses which help on the defensive, but it's expensive in terms of equipment, so that's something we add later. Support anti-tank is worthless in almost all cases when we're talking single player, so we'll replace it with support artillery. How does that look in terms of our... Oh god, we have not enough artillery. We'll remove this artillery and we'll remove 2 of these divisions. That brings us to 18 combat width. It's not amazing, but it will do as a meat wall, and we have all the equipment we need to do this. So this would take 50 experience to change over. That's expensive. What if we just take the Sicherungsdivision, which is at the right combat width with infantry, and just add the divisions I want to... Yeah, this is way cheaper. That saves me 30 experience. I'll turn everything over into Sicherungsdivision. We'll take Panzer Division 2 and make the changes we need. I want to bring them up to like 35 width. Get as many medium tanks in there as we can. If we have enough mech, we'll use mechanized instead of trucks. More hardness and armor is nice. Definitely don't need this much anti-air, so we're gonna remove it and add it to our support companies. I don't want the tank destroyer. I will keep the self-propelled artillery. We're at 33 combat width, and org is okay, but a little bit extra wouldn't hurt, so I'll add 1 more mech. So almost 35 org, nice amount of tanks. Definitely can't afford it. Oh, that costs 50. We are thousands of medium tanks short and some mechanized, so I will need to consolidate units, but this will be the Panzer Division. This is specific to the mod. Gotterdammerung. Yes, I'll take that. That is about 2 years of 10% defense and 10% recruitable population. Gotterdammerung, indeed. Still have political power, so we'll take some decisions. Radio propaganda, domestic film industry, more war support. Dig in and hold hold looks good, but it's only 10 days. 200% entrenchment speed. So I want to use this when our troops have reached their assigned position so they can really quickly entrench. We'll take the war bonds to build quicker, and we'll also diversify elite forces because, unfortunately, let's take a look at here. You start off with paratroopers. Now, paratroopers can be great. I just don't like them, and I'd much rather get the mountaineer thing here, but can't unlock it right now. I will get the mountaineer thing, mostly to get rangers, and just because I really love mountaineers. We'll open up old weapon caches because that will just, there's nothing negative associated with it. It gives me a bunch of free guns, and then we can do some rationing, but all of these have a negative effect associated with them. Don't like that. We'll just not do any of these. This is a good one if you need fuel though. Support equipment, we will need a lot of support equipment. Artillery, we need a metric ton of artillery. I'll make a little bit of advanced rocket artillery, not that much because I'm mostly going to use it to build up a stockpile so I can add them as a support company. I don't need anti-tank. I'll leave like 1 or 2 factories on it just to continue building up a little bit in case I need it later down the line, but I don't think I will. Anti-air, we're gonna need a lot of that. Mech, yep. That's about correct. Trucks, yeah, seems fine. 2 factories on it should be enough. And then either advanced or improved medium tanks. I think I want advanced medium tanks. They're a little more expensive, but I think I can afford the expense. So we'll focus on advanced medium tanks and just remove the line of improved medium tanks. Basic light tank destroyers we're not making, so I'm going to get rid of them. Sturmgeschütz, improved medium tank destroyer, going to get rid of them. I'm not using medium tank destroyers. Heavy tanks, no. Advanced heavy tanks, no. Improved self-propelled artillery, yeah, I need that. And light self-propelled, don't need that. So I'll just make mediums. Trains, we are making war austerity trains. They're not bad, but I'd like to make armored trains. But we have like full efficiency on this line, so I might as well keep making them. And then later on, when I have like a decent stockpile, switch over to armored. And then air. Ooh, air. And it sucks. Like, I've checked these out. I don't like medium airframes. Gonna get rid of them. Too expensive. Improved small, and improved small. So I'll have to make some changes here. So I want to attach Messerschmitt to it because it makes these slightly better. And then just cram it chock full with heavy machine guns. That makes it too heavy. So I'm going to remove these extra fuel tanks. And I'll have to remove the armor plates. Or replace the armor plates with self-sealing fuel tanks. And now air attack's good. Air defense is not great, but I can't add anything else to it. So for now, this is what we'll have to make do until we can add more plates and a better engine, because we should have engine level 4 now, but we don't. So yes, we are going to be making these airplanes then. Wow, so many factories. What else can I make? Let's start up a production line of the armored trains. Do I want railway guns? Don't really need or want them. I need a little bit of improved armored cars. They're not amazing, but I am using them, so might as well put them into production. They're not that expensive. Night vision, I'm getting improved infantry equipment, and I'm getting Panzerschrecks, and then industry, want to produce more stuff. Always want to produce more stuff, and we want construction speed to go up. Next up, we'll do the modern oil processing and rubber processing and fuel refining, because fuel and rubber are going to be an issue. Engineering, nothing here. Air, we're going to pick up the better engines. Navy, irrelevant. Yeah, completely irrelevant. Artillery, again, just pick up the bonuses for artillery, AA, and rocket artillery. Support companies, same deal. Get engineers, get maybe recon, get definitely logistics, and eventually modern tank chassis. And I think we have pretty much everything we need to do except for these. I'll quickly walk you through what I like. In short, rush for things like this. That gives you more factory production output. That is the first priority. Factory production output and efficiency cap and efficiency gain. After that, anything that gives you soft attack or reduces the amount of resources you need. That goes for pretty much everything. If we're talking ships, for instance, what you want is fuel reduction. So reduction in fuel usage, or for in our case, I want a submarine navy. I'm going to focus on raiding submarines. Less visibility, always good. More torpedo attack, always good. Again, I'm going to do these off screen because it just takes a long time and I've already been here for 35 minutes. I have more divisions in the queue. Once we figured out what our exact supply and equipment numbers are, we'll build more divisions. And I'm going to focus my initial attention on pushing the Americans out. So we have a couple of hours before the AI decides to turn itself on. So hopefully all these divisions... No. Never mind. All these divisions now need to be manually disengaged and withdraw to their correct positions. Most of these guys did manage to disengage. That's great. If you don't get your units to disengage properly, what happens is they are constantly in, well, contact with the enemy, and as a result they can never properly withdraw. When they arrive at their respective positions, they'll have no org, no entrenchment, no nothing, and as a result they will simply die. I'm also building more forts on the Atlantic coast because, well, I've seen some documentaries. I know what's coming my way. So Soviet front looks stable. If everybody can just get into the proper positions, we'll be fine. Tanks are also reorganizing. We'll fix that in a bit. Now Italy. I want Italy to go well. And we need to keep putting pressure on Napoli because this is where they funnel in fresh troops. And then from Foggia straight down to Bari, Taranto, and Brindisi. Just deny them supply, encircle them around Napoli if we can, and then push down to the boot. I don't think I'll get into Sicily. If I can, wonderful. If I can't, I'll just leave a guard force here in the tip of Calabria and redirect the rest of the units to the main front, leaving just the mountaineers to deal with whatever lands in Italy. And Brindisi. Keep moving. Mountaineers move to encircle. We're gonna get them encircled here. That will be a lot of Americans trapped if we... Yes! Yes. Now down there towards the tip of Calabria. And like these Americans, all trapped. So that is pretty much the Italian campaign brought to a... almost brought to a successful close. We're sinking some stuff here, but we're losing stuff. I might have to deny the Black Sea. I might have to just stop shipping across the water there. Bypass this area. Get to Calabria. If we can get into Messina and take Sicily like in its entirety, that would be amazing, but it would also be extremely unlikely. We'll see. We'll see. Oh. Are we gonna make it? It's gonna depend on what they have in Messina. And what they have in Messina is nothing. Come on. Take Sicily. Oh! This may sound like I'm exaggerating, but you have no idea. Or maybe you do, but taking this is just super good because it means no staging ground. Might mean more naval invasions, but no staging ground for the allies in the area. We'll liberate most of Italy as well. They'll be a slightly more useful ally. Very, very slightly. That's good. All right, that's good. Yeah, Vitebsk is gone as expected. So be it. At least we have some victories to our name. It's 11 divisions that we're gonna encircle and destroy here in Sicily. That is very welcome. You know what? I could set this up for the Portuguese. I know a lot of you don't like it. I'm not a huge fan myself, but it's an excellent opportunity to get rid of a lot of divisions very, very cheaply. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'll also rename all the elite divisions like the Mountaineers and the tanks to channel members. I'll do that off screen. It's a lot of work, but I'll do that off screen because you guys deserve it. Most of this looks fairly solid. The Soviets haven't launched one of their infamous offensives yet, and that is really what makes this mod hard. That, and of course D-Day, but the offensives will kick your teeth in. I don't know how else to describe it other than it's a massive bloodbath. 120 divisions for the southern front, and I'll put 120 divisions on the northern front. And then any fresh units that I manage to train, manpower is going to be an issue. 48. Oh god, manpower is going to be a massive issue. 24, and then I'm going to stop. These guys are going to go to the western front. Yeah, you guys are going to have to shore up the defenses. This is where the pain begins. Every now and then, the Soviets will get an event like this. A new offensive, giving them, well, first of all, triggering the AI to launch attack everywhere, but they usually do that already. But worse than that, gives them some buffs. I'm going to get pounded here, and my boys are already suffering as it is, so this should be fun. Here we go, major offensive. After this is done, they get a negative modifier. They get penalties that we can then exploit to go on a counter-offensive, which is sort of what I'm hoping for. Yeah, some tiles are simply untenable. Some positions just simply cannot be held. It hurts. Everything hurts. I cannot afford to lose Zhytomyr. It's too important. Almost got another army ready. Yeah, the majority of the divisions I had assigned to last stand have just been absolutely destroyed. They're gone. They're just gone. Oh my god, and the entire Crimean garrison is being wiped out. Yeah, the divisions here have just been wiped out. God, this is costing me so many tanks as well. And the tanks aren't even doing anything useful. They're just locked in combat. I'm having to yield so much ground. I'm getting reinforce memed out of almost every one of these battles because I cannot reinforce the tiles quickly enough. And it looks Yeah, I think their buff's gone and all the bubbles suddenly turned green. Oh my god, that was horrible. Slovia defensive slowed down. Now would be a good time to counterattack. Do they have anything? Yeah, offensive exhaustion. So for a little while, a good long while, we can now counterattack very easily because they've been nerfed to hell. Unfortunately, that attack left me absolutely reeling. So I hope I can counterattack and retake places like Zhytomyr, push back towards Vitebsk, because Jesus, that was pain. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna have to do desperate defense. I don't want to. We are back into reasonable positions now, more or less. I don't know if I can survive another one of those assaults. I really don't. Let's move towards the Volksgrenadiers. That will at least allow me to get fresh units. And a little encirclement in here. Just a little bit of vengeance. Ah, it's not much, but it's vengeance. I'll take it. Help. I've barely survived the first one. How are they doing? Oh, why? How did they do this again? And I think it's almost over. Please. Oh, Soviet offensive slows down. You can tell I got another thrashing. They kind of broke through around Vitebsk, so I will need to roll or try to roll this back somehow. I don't know, maybe like a joint counteroffensive here. So we weathered this assault better than the first one, but like in terms of casualties, it's still not good. We're taking a lot of hits here. The Soviets are bleeding, but they can afford to bleed. Meanwhile, I really can't. Oh yeah, we're going through their units like they're not even there, and we'll use the infantry to pin, bridge the distance between Kiev and Zhytomyr, and that will just deny them supply there. And then I don't have to worry about everything as much. It's not the massive maneuver I would have hoped for, but if I can weaken them even a little bit before they can set up for the next... Oh, thank God. Yeah, if I can weaken them just a little bit before they can set up for their next massive assault, I'll be happy. And we'll use the armor to just hold Kiev for now, this area. Like, hold that area open so they don't do anything stupid. Yes, okay, so 2 encirclements. The infantry needs to go to the main front and start getting entrenchment, and I'll use the armor to clean up the pockets. As for my mountaineers, I'm gonna give up the defense of Italy. I haven't seen anything to indicate a problem here. What I am seeing is a dangerous naval invasion headed for Normandy. So my mountaineers are going to head towards Normandy, followed up immediately by my tanks. They are coming, and I will need to be ready. That is the naval invasion sound. That is D-Day. That is a lot of divisions. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to stop them from landing, am I? New plan. We allow them to land, and then I throw my mountaineers in to push them back. As long as they don't take a port, it doesn't matter. So shore up the defenses of Le Havre and Cherbourg. Everyone move to defend the ports, and this is gonna be just fine. I just hope they don't get like a massive bonus, of course. Oh, I fended off the actual naval assault, so the naval assault stopped, except for on Le Havre. They're still trying to take Le Havre, but they stopped the assaults on Cherbourg, so I can now start rolling this back, I think. Have I survived D-Day? I will have survived D-Day when all these men are dead. I'm glad I built these forts. The fort at Cherbourg and Le Havre at level 4 definitely helped, along with just a massive amount of units being funneled in there. Okay, so that's D-Day contained. The Soviets launched another... Oh god, they have another major offensive boast. Well, see if we can hold. How long is it gonna last? Ooh, 20 days. Yeah, it's time for my monthly pounding. I don't want to do it, but I will have to go up to all adult serve. Yeah, I have to. I think we've also bested the Americans and the British here, so they're dead and buried. That's a lot of divisions, and they're all gone. It looks like the tanks have like literally no opposition. In that case, let's see if we can get to Dnipropetrovsk. I have to exploit the fact that the AI is super weak after their offensives, or I will die if I sit on my hands. We've just conducted a major offensive operations against the Germans. How's it going? We've lost a quarter of the front. Alright, let's mop that up and then get to the main front. We're able to push now that they have that massive debuff. And the Mountaineers definitely help. The extra soft... Oh yeah, definitely helps. Next step, let's push on Leningrad with the units here, except for you. You go there, and I need you to stall any reinforcements coming in. Yeah, I think we'll take Leningrad as well. That is the kind of encirclement I like to see. And now I'll just set up on the excellent defensive ground of the Stalin line, just on my side of the river. Somebody tried to shoot my country leader. I can either be invincible. Yeah, okay. I have to retire Rommel von Kluge von Manstein, lose 7,000 manpower. Is this worth it? Fine, we'll sort it out. I don't like it, but we'll sort it out. Well, congratulations, Kesselring. You're now a tank commander. There goes Leningrad. Brilliant. I'll bring the mountaineers back home. I don't need them to guard that. Also extremely annoyed with the Italians. It's been 6 months. They have not built a single division. Not one. I don't think they have an AI that's active. They've done nothing. Pushing into Mogilev, and that will have the Vitebsk gate secured. Now on to Smolensk. These guys are pushing on the area near Gomel. All right, good. Oh, taking Smolensk, and we overran a unit. That means supply problems for the Axis. It's also slightly better terrain. It's a longer front, but I'm willing to make that front a little longer. I just noticed if I take that hub, they have absolutely no more supply. And I do mean nothing. So it is probably on my to-do list, or it should be on my to-do list, to push up to Velikie Luki. Velikie Luki is taken. That means they have no more supply in this entire region. Yes, and now we force a spearhead towards Volkov. Just make sure we stay on the left bank of the river, and the infantry will follow behind. Couple more tiles. Oh no. That's against the Finnish lines, but it does mean I won't be able to push them quite as easily. Oh, I'm just 1 tile away from linking up for a full encirclement, and it's not happening. We'll have to take satisfaction in some lesser pockets down south. They're also good, I guess, but it's not the same, is it? It's not the same. Oh no, I got tanks encircled. Oh, that's 3 tank divisions encircled. No. Unacceptable. Oh, I've lost the tanks. Because I was pulling them out, but I didn't do that in a clean and controlled manner. They're gone. I've lost almost half my tank corps because I wasn't paying attention. Still got some pockets done. We'll kill these off. We'll kill this thing off. And then we'll redeploy the tanks to the north and push from Leningrad and create the pocket, the kill zone we intended. And we're rolling north to meet our own tank divisions around Novgorod. Come on, get to Novgorod. One more tile. Come on, push. Yes. The entirety of the Soviet Northern Army Group is encircled. There is no supply here except for Tikhvin and Rzhev. I've taken everything else except for Smolensk, and I'm pushing on Smolensk as we speak. I'm going to deal the Red Army a crushing blow here. That is my goal, that is my dream, and it will be so. There will be nothing left standing. And they don't have a port, so they can't get out. They absolutely cannot get out. Everything in here will die. And I have such better ground now. And this pocket is gone, deleted, wiped out, and I suddenly have a bunch of divisions I don't really want nor need. 32 Volkssturm. I can't even do anything with them. Steiner, you're gonna take the Volkssturm, and you're just going to garrison some parts of France, I guess. Oh man, look at the Soviet front. I don't think there's any place they're not starving. I've pushed them to the exact almost exactly perfect supply situation. I have full supply, they have nothing, and as a result, I can hold any offensive they throw at me while I muster more strength to go full out. Oh, Soviet offensive. Let's see how that looks. Not at all as scary as I thought. Well, I didn't think it would be scary, but not at all impressive even. And the offensive has slowed down. They haven't really taken anything. So we're now going to push on Smolensk, and we're going to clean up the absolute mess they've made of Finland. This needs a lot of cleaning up, so we'll try and push them back there. Let's start driving the Russians back. Got a little bit of air cover coming in. They're at their weakest now, so now is the time to drive the dagger home. I'll take the armor out from Smolensk. We'll drive it up north towards the Finnish lines, and we'll end the problem here. And any position they did manage to take, I can easily retake now that their offensives are done with. Yeah, it was a little bit more pressure this time. Still nothing to really be worried about. Alright, let's get this armor rolling north. I need to take that supply hub up there. That'll give me a fighting chance. I also need to retake the port of Kirkenes before the Soviet debuff runs out. Should be able to, I think. That will give me supply back in the north. Let's keep working. Let's keep... Oh, another offensive! Time to see if I can get my armor across. Couple of diversionary attacks. We'll head for Poltava, and these guys should punch towards, I'm thinking, Sumy, maybe? And then heads maybe towards Kharkov to take that supply hub as well. Want to deny them supply as much as possible. Punch holes, clean. Yeah, the punching holes bit seems to go fairly well. Where's the Soviet army? Dead, I'm assuming. All right, so anyway, the push is going reasonably well. I've got more casts I could probably be using in this area as well. Get the casts over there. There's more casts over here. This is the dumbest thing I've done in a while, and it looks amazing. All right, the armor punch through, head to Poltava, and link up with Kharkov. Okay, if we can maneuver them... They're just so much faster as well. Okay. Take Rostov. We've taken Rostov. We've taken this section. So all of this is encircled. This has to be massive amounts of units I'll kill. I want to check these battles afterwards, but looking at this at face value, look at this. 14,000. Thousands of men being encircled and destroyed. It's not costing me any or virtually no manpower. The infantry is already... That's another, like, I think 40 or 50 divisions we just destroyed. Oh my god, that was amazing. Soviets are also down to 273 divisions. Look at just how fast these tanks are. We should have no problems. Yeah, we're getting to Bryansk already. Should have no problems. Yes, decrypt me for all you want. Doesn't matter. We're gonna meet in the middle and take Bryansk. Go on, take Bryansk. Oh, they just got the buff, I think, from the encryption, decryption. Doesn't matter. Got him. That is the entire center cutaway, and we'll use the tanks to mop up. I can probably use the infantry, but I think tanks will simply be cleaner. And at this rate, there will not be much of a Soviet army. There's also not been any more naval invasions from the Allies, nor have there been major Soviet offensives. So I think we've just outlasted whatever the Allied forces could muster, and it's just a matter of cleaning up now. There goes Army Group Center. I got a clean shot towards Moscow from here. Screw it, we're launching an all-out assault on the Soviets. We've indulged them for long enough. They're down to 200 divisions, 17 million manpower. Well, 17 million manpower lost is quite a lot, so I think the collective pressure of the meat grinder... Yes, Moscow is ours. The collective pressure of the meat grinder will see us to victory here. And as soon as this thing finishes in 130 days, they'll probably capitulate, but I need to make sure that before that finishes, I've at least pushed to some good positions. Oh, just as that's going on. Oh, that's a naval invasion. Huh? Why are you landing troops there? And why are you landing just 2 divisions? I think you can also go back down to service by requirement because I don't need all this manpower. This is way more manpower than I could ever need. Well, if it turns out I need more of it, I can always go back up. But for now, I think we're fine. And that's it. Collaboration government came in. We have defeated the Soviet Union. Let's make our big land grab. Beautifully disgusting. Reichskommissariat Moskovien and a bunch of teeny tiny puppets. The Axis is massive. We dominate the continent. Now we need to rush our front line south so we can meet up with the new allied threat here. One army group will do that. The Models army group will head into France, and we'll start preparing for a naval invasion of the UK, and that will probably be it. All right, the infantry is ready to rock and roll. Just need the fleet to provide naval are you repairing? Naval invasion support, please, in these 2 areas. Green Seas, baby! We've just managed to outclass the Royal Navy, probably because parts of it are at the bottom of the sea and other parts of it are desperately trying to catch my submarines, which have absolutely wreaked havoc. I've sunk so much stuff with these subs. Donet's level 7 already. Look at his stats. Anyway, naval invasion is on the way. Tanks are in position. 120 reserve divisions are also in position, so this should be fun. I hope I can land though, because this is a lot of an... Oh, that's a nuke. Get all the air to support the landing. Additional air here. Support the landing. The Marines should make short work of these naval landings though. Definitely coming in hard and fast. Beautiful, beautiful. We've landed. Let's quickly push towards Liverpool. Let's also get the tanks in. I think that should be sufficient. I don't think I need more units than this. Got air power up and we are dominating the skies. Oh god, this is gonna be a tight fight because there's so many units here. There's rarely this many divisions in the UK. Gonna take London though. The Marines make those naval crossings, or the river crossings, I mean, a lot less painful. Push Bristol. If I take Bristol, I'll have Wales entirely cut off. The push up north is pretty much unopposed. We are securing the skies. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Push them, reinforce meme them. So many divisions divisions will... Come on. Take it. Take him out. Yes! Oh, that was just a massive reinforcement meme. There goes the United Kingdom. They have capitulated. There's still a slight problem left here in Norway that I can deal with, but it's just a slight problem. At this point, we are firmly in control of pretty much everything. All I need to do is a little bit of a North African campaign after building more railways. We can probably take out India fairly easily as well if we can just focus our attention there. Japan isn't feeling it, so Japan is wasting a bunch of troops garrisoning a front that doesn't matter, which is to be expected. The AI is a bit stupid, and I don't really care about Japan anyway. If I wanted to now invade America, I'd have to go island hopping though. Orkney, and then to Iceland, and the Greenland, and then to Canada, and then down from the Canadian wasteland. It would be painful, and I wouldn't really enjoy it very much, but I don't think we have to. We have defeated the UK. We have defeated the Soviet Union. Germany stands triumphant despite the many stupid busts and Soviet offensives. This is a really fun mod. It has some downsides, but I recommend you check it out. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys will enjoy this next video as well. See ya.